last live and I said I'm gonna get on here and do it again. Only this time I'm going to just sit here and like engage more with the chat and not so much go into my little rants. But you know, if propelled into one due to the chat, I would love to do that. Let's get an interesting conversation going, or a set of ideas to expose or ponder, or just ask a simple question in general. One of the three. And until then, I will read up on Peter Thiel and his obsession with the Antichrist. How are you all doing tonight? I hope you're doing well. Sincerely. Man, after that last live stream, I came in and within like the first 50 seconds, it like increases the output of the algorithm, I guess you call it. And now it's just like, boo. I said too many trigger words in that last one. But it's okay, it's okay. We're not here for the masses. We're here for the ones that can see. We're here for the ones that can hear still. Because many cannot. Many are cut off from the source. And I believe that source could be God. It is a possibility, is it not? Seeing that the world is playing out in Revelation format. I'm out of tea, so you want to see what I'm drinking now? Oh, God. Oh, my gosh. Out of a plastic water bottle and everything. Yikes. What is wrong with me? I'm a product of the problem. I preach against what I myself do. I think we all are doing that in our own ways. Because what can we do at this point? What can we do? That is like the American saying at this point. It should be our slogan. What can you do? What can you do about it? What is one person gonna do? What, we want to stop working? What, you want me to quit my job? Go out into the woods? No, just keep financing your obsolescence. Just keep making sure your children don't have a future. Because guess what? They won't be there to bitch like you are. Because that's all you're doing. That's all we're doing. That's all I'm doing. As they instill flock cameras all over and build the data centers. How much more data do they need? Like literally, how much more data do they need? But anyway, how y'all doing? Say something. Ask a question. What's up, guys? Tune into the last live if you can see it. I don't know. That was pretty decent, though. Oh, God, I engaged with the chat there for a second, and like half of them just left. I said, ask a question, and half of them ran away. They're like, a question? What is that? What is a question, huh? Oh, what's the question? Why'd you get vaccinated? How about that? Start there. Start there, my son. Why'd you go to the same people that did the Tuskegee experiments when they said the air was the boogeyman? Oh, because you're stupid and you don't ask questions, that's why. Maybe you should start. Talking to the ones that left, of course. Oh, here we got some questions. Let's see. Alrighty. Quit drinking for a start. This is water. This is literally water. I just covered that 5 fucking seconds ago. I drink water, my friend. That's water in the cup. It's water. Want to see it's water? I couldn't do that with vodka. Anywho, got one. Been hearing so much about the cameras and shit. What's going on with that? Oh, the flock cameras? That's 1984, my dear. Read George Orwell's 1984. His real name was Eric Blair. He was very high up in the British ministry and MI6 and shit like that. He wrote a book called 1984, and on his deathbed he said, that is not a fiction novel. That is literally the dystopian plan these elites have for your future. And guess what? We are in the middle of the dumb ages for a reason, right here in 1984, as they build it around us in live time. I got here 3 seconds ago. Cool, well, welcome. Let me ask you a question. Why off glance and why offhand did you automatically think I was drinking? Are you projecting? What makes you think I don't get it. The reason I'm drinking so much water is because I'm in a 3-piece fucking suit and it's 69 in here. I'm still warm. I got human emotion in me. I got fervor. I got anger towards what's going on in this world. Hence why I'm not drinking, to tell you the truth, because if I did drink in this day and age, I would not last too much longer. Let's put it that way. I'm so glad this is happening now when I'm almost 40 than when it was when I was 20, because I would already be not around to see how this ends, more or less. I got here, okay, so yeah, the flock cameras. Yeah, it's just your digital prison that we're paying for in live time. Like, for instance, Boston Dynamics, you know, the innovation in robots and AI and all that kind of stuff. Like, we're literally paying for our obsolescence in live time. Don't believe me? Go YouTube the latest Boston Dynamics model. I don't care, leave the stream, go do it. Latest Boston Dynamics model, and tell me your kids have a secure future. Just go ahead. Be honest with yourself while you do it, too. Yeah. It's getting to the point where, I don't know, if you don't realize something's going on yet, there is no hope for you at this point. And 9 times out of 10, you're triple fucking boosted, too. So that explains a lot. A lot of those heavy metals, a lot of those nanotech agents and those vials, those vaccines, yeah, they did something to the pineal gland. They cut you from the source. Most of those people that gave in to this technocracy trusted the big pharmakia out of everyone they could trust. The people that have been lying to us since the dawn of time, more or less. Those are the good guys. Oh, they got it wrong again, though. But hey, they meant well. They told you, hey, you're going to save Grandma. Nah, they killed Grandma on those ventilators. Whoops. We don't talk about that anymore, though. All the dancing nurses and all the TikTok trends and all the 6 feet and all, we don't need a mask. Now you need 3 masks. Oh, you don't need to get a shot if you were exposed. Now you need 3 shots. Schizophrenic society. Up is down, down is up. You don't know what the fuck to believe. You're just a good person trying to do right. You don't want to hurt people. You don't want to infect people. Yeah, that's why you read the statistics. The highest vaccinated countries were the most infected. The lowest vaccinated countries were the least infected. But hey, Common Core math has taught these people that they don't know what 2 and 2 is anymore, so they can't put it together. But the luxuries go up. There has been a cost. There has been a cost, right? Life can be pretty sweet. I know a lot is going on. It's just like solid play, not engaged, yes. Okay, so you say there has been... So what, the cost of convenience for what? 6G EMF radiating cancer-causing devices? In 2008, I had better signal, I had better connection, I had a better cell phone in my opinion. They don't have to try anymore because we've already bought into it. And that's why the prices for everything are through the roof when it comes to these electronics, and that's why the convenience of them is nowhere near on par what it was when they had to actually get us involved in this, back before it was every facet of your existence, they actually tried. From like the mid-90s, early 2000s, like they were just propping out good stuff. Yeah, everything's better. Oh, clear calls, whatever. And then somewhere along the lines, in like the late 1920, around that area, it's just everything started to suck. Because they don't got to try anymore. Now this stuff is just designed to kill us at this point. I mean, go research the EMF frequency altering like capabilities of this stuff. And yeah, things are sweet. Yeah, things are, what? We're being watched in live time 24/7. We're being listened to. Now you can't drive down the street without being followed by some flat camera or some drone sky. So it's like, yeah, life is good. Things are great. What? At the cost of what? Like, I don't understand. You're glitching. Oh, imagine that. No kidding. People, I don't know. I guess you'd have to experience life before the tech takeover. Like, I was born in '87. Like, I got a clear image of what life was before the implementation of things like the beepers, the flip phones, the hip phone. I remember when they were in like cases and they had like a long antenna and shit, like when they first came out. And all those people back then, they said, I'm not gonna give, it's a fad, it's a trend, the internet, and now you literally can't live life without it in your hand or in some facet of your existence. And these are the same people 25, 30 years ago saying they weren't going to get a phone, they ain't going to do the internet. Now those same people are doing a jig on TikTok in their 60s and 70s. It's like, no, this has taken over us, and that's why they want to merge us with the machines. That's why they're so gearing up for the trend of the wearables and the implantables and the Neuralink and this, that. We can fix blindness, we can fix this, that, and the other. Okay, yeah, what else can you do? What else can you do with that? Oh, heck yeah, 87, nice. So you know what I'm talking about. You got to see life, a glimpse of what human life actually was before we became a literal number. Because before that, it was just we were building this. As a community, as a society, we were building, we were innovating. It was we're going to go to the stars, blah, blah, blah. It's just like now, we've caged ourselves in a digital prison, and we're getting nothing out of it at this point, in my opinion. I mean, what do our tax-paying dollars go to? To fund these black budget projects in DARPA that literally they just sit there and spend billions of dollars formulating weaponized ways to kill us off, soft kill style, in a slow way. They are I don't even know anymore. There's no point to even like really. A part of me just wants to like fizzle out and go into the hero clicks and go into the fantasy realm, the Warhammer, just talk about normalcy, just try to be a normal person, but we're not in normal times anymore. And it's hard for me to sit here and play along with this shit anymore. I don't want the blood on my hands. I don't like the way this society's going. I don't like the trajectory of this. And you want me to help propel it along, all the while getting fucked the whole way we do it? It's like, no, that doesn't pan out. That doesn't bode well in the end. But I guess now, since we have a castrated society that literally does not care about anything other than fiction, does not care about anything other than scripted, fake, manufactured industry event, like the society is fake as the money is. That's where I'm at. I keep going back to that saying, because we like the fakeness, because we ourselves, we know we're fake. Everybody's walking around in some WWE entrance in their head, or the movies, the bravado, the music. Everybody's just emulating their favorite singer or actor or character. It's like, that's why we're okay and content with this fakery. Like, we're just like, fake money, fake food, fake whatever, dude, we don't care, we're fake. We like getting fucked because we like fucking others. Like, it's the American way. Dog eat dog, right? Yeah, until there's no dogs left and you realize, now there's robot dogs. Whoops, roof. They don't bark like that, though. 87, is that insane? Sweet spot, yeah. They went through, and yeah, 100%. Yeah, it's a sweet spot. I don't know anymore, man. It's getting wild to me. I don't got kids. My life is great. I have no issues. Like, I would love to just tune out and not care, but it's like, dude, It's not knocking at the door anymore. It's in the living room, and these people are trying to look around it to see the TV, to watch the game. While their literal life, the game they pay for in reality, they're taking a seat in the stands when they own the field. When they own the entire event, they sit in the stands and they're told, like, oh, sit down, stand up. Okay, now you can leave, now you can applaud, now you can, no, motherfucker. You're only here because of us. You're only here because of our asses in the seats. You're only here because we allow you to be. And then somewhere along the way, we just lost that. We just lost that. We're only here now because they allow us to be. We're only on these platforms now because they allow us to be. The platforms we built. I remember YouTube in 2007. Oh my God, it was the holy grail. This is a castrated, bastardized version of what that was. And the internet's the same way. From Google, Palantir, the alphabet, you name it. I mean, it was the Wild Wild West back then. You do an average Yahoo search and you're on the dark web out of nowhere. You didn't even want to go there, you're there. And you were able to actually see information. You were actually able to get live time transfer of communication. And now it's just all just censored and blocked and shoved under the algorithm the second you say a key word. You know, the second you have an actual intellectual conversation about something valuable to our species, you're just like, nope, not you. We got to get the dummy in there that's screaming about his drug dealer ripping him off and how he can't get another face tattoo as his teeth are falling out on the live. That's what gets thousands of clicks and views and likes, because people like seeing people doing worse than them. In this society especially, they can't deal with people doing better than them, especially if they're talking about things that are intellectual past their pay grade, you know? It's just like, I don't know, man. Dude is preaching bullshit to one person. Oh, some people are weird as fuck, man. Yeah, well, Jesus needed 12. I'm not putting myself on par with Jesus, but I'm just saying, if you look out throughout history, the people that tend to be right throughout history, they're mocked, ridiculed, hated. I think Plato said it, the people who speak truth are the most hated in their societies of any time. So yeah, you're right on the money, man. We don't attract too many people. We're not allowed to attract too many people, especially nowadays. So, and there's a reason for that. Go watch whatever nonsense you watch, buddy. But the fact that you had to come in here and make a comment like that shows me that there's something to it. Triggering something in your vaccinated body. We're more like, oh yeah, they all disappeared. Well, no, what it came down to is people are afraid to speak out now. I mean, ever since JFK, it's like they put out in open, in broad daylight, what they can do to a person that doesn't go along with their agenda. And that was the president. So it's like, if he can get touched, you have no chance. And then it's like, even if you get popular, even if you get somewhere, even if you get a movement, which I am not here for that at all, you get Charlie Kirked. You can't actually talk about these things and be mainstream and get a following at the same time. They don't allow that anymore. The game is up for that. And I'm not here for that anyway. I'm just here to say I did my part. I said my piece. I tried to. I don't care if one person like hears me and says, yeah, I agree, or wakes up or whatever. I don't care. That's literally what I'm here for. I'm not here for anything else other than that. I'm not trying to sell you something. I'm not trying to build a base, get a following. Hey, subscribe to this. Go follow me here. None of that shit. That's what you want. So go to that. Get blocked for sure. Oh, I appreciate that. Thank you. Check out these shoes. Oh, genuine leather, my friend. Can't beat that. They're a little uncomfortable, though. I'm not ready to be an apostle. I got foot problems. I honestly think this is all superficial. This is all artificial. This is all surface level stuff. We're going to ascend out of this modem, because our true digital connection, that Ethernet, that Wi-Fi, that is our conscious being, that propels these words out of my mouth without even thinking about them, that is us. That is our true essence. And that's why they're trying to trap that here, not only in these physical, biological computers, but now they want to trap that in their actual computers. You know, that's where the transhumanist merge with machines narrative is coming out of it. That's the end game goal, because we do ascend out of here. Well, not everybody, but some do. Very few, I believe. So what I'm saying is, I don't think the battle's going to be waged in the flesh. I think this is far beyond our perceivable vision of the light spectrum. I mean, there's a reason we can only see like 0.3% of the light spectrum. There's so much going on around us, it's not even funny. But anywho. Anyway, ask a question. Bring up a topic, I don't care. I had a live stream earlier that I kind of liked, and I was like, you know what? It kind of gave me the vibe to maybe start doing, I don't even care, just whatever comes to mind, you know, whatever you guys want to talk about, anything. I can't sit on the couch anymore and click these fucking buttons, dude. Especially when, I swear, dude, I've been playing games since like 95, 96, 97, Counter-Strike, you know, first people on Counter-Strike servers, that was me. So it's like riding a bike, you know, especially with the game, you know, certain games that you play all the time and stuff. It's like you can tell when the settings are off, you can tell when an update changed something. You can just feel it. And I'm telling you, the more, and I talk a lot. I got recently banned actually from PlayStation chat for talking certain politics and stuff like that. So what I'm getting at is they listen, and they already have their targeted individuals. They already have these people marked. I've been on their radar since 2002. Trust me, I got firsthand verification of that. So they, in my opinion now, with the invitation of Palantir and the tech they have and the backdoors they have and everything, and now you can't, like, Palantir is in these new video games. Like their tech, their altering tech is in these new video games. It's in their documents. Like, you can't make a new video game, or you can't like have a new system, or you can't have anything unless they have their hand in it to where they can fuck with people. And I'm telling you, what's a better way to fuck with somebody? Their only pastime is clicking buttons, most people. And a lot of them, man, that's where they get that rage. That's where they get that fervor. You know, people breaking TVs, throwing controllers, whatever. It's a good way to get at somebody, especially when they don't even know that it's you fucking with them. And then you make them feel worse than they actually are. Because I'm telling you, dude, I play Marvel Rivals, for instance, okay? And in that game, they can literally, if you do too good, they'll like nerf your character for the next battle. They put people, the way their matchmaking is the game is pretty already, like, it's already determined before it even starts, especially during like rank up games and stuff like that. And the NetEase, they put it out in their documents. What I'm saying is true. I know this from the documents that got released. So much so as your emotionality determines your next matchmaking process. So if you're sitting there telling people, shut the fuck up, you suck, blah, 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 you're literally going to be put in with people like that versus being put in with people saying, good job, or nice game, have fun, whatever, didn't matter, we lose. Like, so I mean, just to that level alone, that should be like, it should give people question. Like, what else are they doing? Like, what else goes into all this? But it got me off the couch, more or less, is all I'm saying. That is a fucking disgusting. It's fucking disgusting. It really is. It really is. And it's not even just with that. It's with the algorithms. It's with everything. They are targeting individuals 100 million% right now. And I even think they're doing stuff with the modems. I think they're gearing up people's modems, devices, giving them higher EMF pulsations and frequency alterations and all that, because they can do it. I know it sounds science fiction, and I know, what movie did I watch? What season am I on of whatever scenario, TV show? No, it's not that. This is real life. And that's why the Hollywood, the wand is the television. What channel are you on? It's got people in such a trance that they can't differentiate from reality from fiction now. So it's like they correlate everything with the movie for a reason, because they themselves live in one. It's like the Truman Show to them. I think some of these people get off on the fact that they're watched and listened to all the time. Their egos are so fucking big that a part of them probably likes it. Some dude, my FBI agent probably thinks I'm hot. Yeah, mine thinks I don't even know what, never mind. But it's just,
I don't know. I swear I've noticed. Hold on. I swear I've noticed connection servers. Oh, really. It's across the board, man. I think they're implementing. I think they're going to do rolling blackouts. I think the next big thing to come is the power grid. I think, they talk about the Great Reset and all that kind of stuff. That is the power grid at the end of the day, in my opinion. It's the number one thing they can do is if they do a controlled. We got an EMP attack, or all this stuff with the sun that's been going on. Oh, we finally got a Category X solar flare that hit us in the right way, and now we got a Carrington event, whatever. I think it's going to be manufactured. I think whatever happens next is going to affect the power grid, going to affect your access for information, going to affect stuff like this, and it's going to put people on lists too. That we already aren't. But I'm talking about like Night of the Long Knives lists. Like they're going to go around and it's just like back in the day when you couldn't ask a question about Building 7. You couldn't ask a question about why there wasn't any plane parts on the Pentagon lawn. Oh, you would support the terrorists? You aren't for the troops? Now imagine that times 10. Because we've already been through that. Look where that got us. And we're about to do it again, but they need like a Pearl Harbor style event to do as full tilt as they want to go. Because they know the population, the society is not going to go along with the boots on the ground invasion in Iran. And that's their end game goal with all of this stuff. And at the end game goal, it's to get our pants pulled down in the Middle East again, and then China's going to take Taiwan. That's like literally the boom, 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 checkmate version of what's going on, all directed by the World Economic Forum, all directed by the Translateral Commission, all that shit, the Davos Group, all that shit, whatever it's evolved or devolved into. The game is to put us in Iran. We're already getting our face smacked. Ask fucking questions, people. Damn. Yeah, seriously, say something. Get me off this topic. But I'm telling you, China's going for Taiwan. And what the fuck are we going to do about it when it happens? We've already proved that we can't do anything in the Strait of Hormuz with Iran. So what then? When every semiconductor, every chip, every cell phone, every laptop, every gizmo you own comes out of Chinese hands. Not that your pharmaceutical ingredients already don't. 90+% of your pharmaceutical ingredients. Hold on. I cannot talk with a zin in my mouth. So over 90% of your pharmaceutical ingredients are already made in communist Chinese hands. So it's like you put two and two together. You give your enemy access to your water well. Don't think for a second they're not going to taint it. That's like the first thing they're going to do. So we get what we deserve at this point, and we're dumb as a box of fucking rocks as a nation. Not talking to you specifically, but in general, the collective. They look at me like I'm the crazy one. They look at me like I'm the bad one. They associate the negativity that I'm calling out in the world like it's coming from me. No, I'm just pointing it out. You're closing your eyes to it. Not necessarily you, but you know what I'm talking about. Zin is gross. China has a hybrid economy for decades. Yeah, it is gross, and it's better alternative than smoking for sure. China is it's the new Asian era, in my opinion. It's survival of the fittest. So I can't be mad at them. I can't be mad at them because they took advantage of our idiocy and our apathy and our arrogance and our ignorance. I can't be mad at them. I'm mad at my people. I'm mad at the dumbass that only gives a shit about the fucking Super Bowl and nothing else. I'm mad at the dumbass that doesn't want to talk politics. No, we need to. You might not have an interest in politics, but politics has an interest in you. Understand that. Yeah. Better yet, it has an even bigger interest in your children and making sure they don't have a lineage. But that's just, I don't know, too real for most, too scary for most. It sounds too crazy for most. How in the year 2026 does that sound crazy is beyond me, but they're not paying attention. Just the same way I don't know who the fuck is in the playoffs, or I don't know who's the best batting average or three-pointer. You could say a name, you could say a statistic, you could say a team, and I'd say, okay, sure. I have no fucking clue what you're talking about. And that's the same in reverse for these people that don't give a shit about reality. They don't give a shit about their kids' future. All they give a shit about is what new iPhone is coming out and when the new Avengers is coming out and you name it. That's all that goes into their brain. They don't, all of this stuff is like, oh, you're a downer, bro. Just party, just enjoy life, just, hey, aren't you happy? I'm happy as a fucking pig in shit, bro. But guess what? That shit's about to be taken away from us. Okay? So understand that. You're in the end game of the Tinseltown. You're in the end game of Americana. You're in the end game of consumerism. It's going away because you are not needed anymore. And they know that now that they have the technological implementations through AI and Boston Dynamics and Palantir and you name it, Skynet, or that's actually what the Chinese version of it was called, Skynet. I know, Terminator, right? Wow, Google it. But SpaceX and all the satellites, I can't think of the name, you know what I'm talking about. They've got it to a point to where they don't need us anymore now. And now they're trying to phase us out, slowly but surely. Go watch the TED Talk with Bill Gates long before the vaccine. He says openly where they're trying to lower the population's 10 to 15%. He specifically says through vaccines too. I post it all the time. It's like a weekly post just to make sure people remember. These people have said the quiet part out loud the whole way through. It's called lesser magic. They got to tell you what they're doing. Otherwise, they feel like their karma is like contaminated or something like that. They're very esoteric people. I lived in Beijing for a while. Honestly, it was great. The city, I'd move there again. Yeah. Beijing, China's beautiful, man. China's absolutely beautiful. Their people are proper. Their crime is almost non-existent. It's just they have I don't even know. They have culture. They have morality. They have rules. They have a hierarchy that they respect, even though we look at it as totalitarian. Well, guess what? You know, that's the pig. That's the pot calling the kettle metal at this point. Okay, because we have the most incarcerated people in the world, the home of the free, land of the brave, right? We have some of the most diabolic cities. We have crime statistics in Chicago that literally surpass active war zones in places like Afghanistan. So who the fuck are we to talk at this point? Literally. If you can smell your own shit on your knees at this point. Because that's what we're nose blind as a country, as a society. USA, okay. I was in the Army. I know I don't look it. I joined at 18 in 2006. I forgot to talk about that last live stream. You'd think my ego would have said that, but nope. Yeah, so I know fucking firsthand what I'm talking about. I didn't see combat. I was stateside. But at the same time, it's like you get to see the intricate levels of what this fucking government actually is. The mold that was in my barracks, the black mold that was throughout the entire base I was at, they didn't give a shit. They didn't give a shit, and to this day, it's one of the #1 things people talk about on the bases or in military places as a whole. It's they don't care about the troops. They don't care. You want to talk about, oh, you don't care about the troops, motherfucker. You weren't one. Hence why you think the government does. Escape the matrix. We don't need them. They need us. Well, we don't need them or they don't need us. At this point, they don't need us. We've never needed them. They made us thought we needed them for security, especially after 9/11. Oh, keyword shit, this one's gone. But that's where it all really started to go away. The Patriot Act. When we traded our liberty for security, we got what we deserve right here. We're in the end game of it. Who said that? Benjamin Franklin, I said. Those who trade liberty for security are fucking retarded. I'm paraphrasing. Have you ever felt like you fit in? It's not an interest problem. It's a stupid versus not stupid people. You're either preaching to acquire or be. Yeah, 100%, man. Yep. Couldn't have said it better. And as for fitting in, I never had problems. Like my childhood was awesome. I was, I wasn't popular, but at the same time, I wasn't a loser. I was like right there in the middle where I like to be. And then later on in life, when I joined the Army and stuff like that, I got a little bit of an ego, arrogance to me. I fit in a little bit better. And then somewhere along the lines of when I hit 33, I'm 38 now, I just started to, I don't know, I've always seen the world the way I see it, but I never, I was a product of the problem, more or less. It's like I know what I'm saying is true, but I'll literally still go along with it regardless of if it, whatever. Like, for instance, drugs or alcohol, that's a big proponent of what I'm talking about. It's like, I know that's exactly where they hit us at. That's why they legalize weed in almost every state. It's legal in my state. I know for a fact they're fucking with that shit. I know it. I felt it. I see it. You can see it in the populations of these states that now have legal marijuana. These people literally, they're stoned 24/7 and have like no feelings anymore. Who are the rich, the poor? Y'all been listening to church, haven't you? I'm checking to make sure I didn't shit myself. Oh, let me make sure too. Did I? I can't tell. I wouldn't know. I can't smell it anymore. But yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. It's just going so south so fast, and people are just trying to turn a blind eye to it now. And that's what I've noticed so much as of late, especially with like the Trumpeteers that followed him into all this. Even they don't want to talk about it anymore. Even they're like, man, I'm toning out. Politics is too much for me. Causes too much anger and argument, blah, blah, blah. It's like, no. Things are going wrong for your narrative. Things are going wrong for your team, and you party liners can't acknowledge it. The same way they did with Biden. All these lunatic lefts. Now you got the retard right doing the same exact thing. Only this is much more dangerous than what they did. And I can't stand those motherfuckers, okay? So he said that Kamala would put us on the doorstep of World War III, or Hillary would have bombed Iran. Well, guess what? Reality says this is happening. The exact opposite. I didn't fit in socially. I mean, fit in mentally. Oh, okay, well, maybe you're above their pay grade. Mentally, how can you fit in mentally at this point? Unless you take half your brain out and throw it against the wall, how can you fit in mentally? I talk to people and they have no sentient understanding of the reality around them. For instance, I'll tell people, hey, did you know that Hitler's Rocket Man, the guy that built the V1 and the V2 rockets for Hitler, did you know he, in Operation Paperclip, was brought over and was the, creator of NASA and supposedly the guy that got us to the moon? People say, wait a sec, what? Hitler's Rocket Man built NASA and got us to the moon. Are you fucking stupid? Are you crazy? What drugs are you on? Are you drinking? Are you feeling okay? Oh, come to find out what I fucking said was true, and I'm left feeling like I'm crazy because this person's full-blown idiotic. And then I don't get no satisfaction out of it because they don't know until later on if what I'm saying is true or not anyway. And then they come to find out they do know, they find out it's true, and then they just don't want to talk about it. It's like, oh yeah, that's weird, it's crazy, but that's history. No, it's what got us here. We metastasized and became the Fourth Reich during Operation Paperclip, and that's why since World War II we have done nothing but fuck up other nations and fuck up our own. We have become the bad guys. Remember that thing? Are we the baddies? Yes, we are. And until we fucking recognize that and put aside this tribalistic difference of flags and borders and countries and this, that, and the other, and realize we are a fucking species that is on the verge of collective suicide if we don't get off this fucking team directive narrative to where it makes us feel like, well, if we don't do it, they're gonna do it. What, if they don't blow their heads off too, we're going to blow who's going to blow their heads off first? In the mutually assured destruction doctrine we have. Fucking morons. But let's build another nuclear reactor on a fault line, like a smart, sentient species. Let's build another world-ending bomb for security, like a smart, sentient species. Oh, and it's not even us at the helm anymore. It's not our bravest, brightest minds up at the helm anymore. No, it's our bravest, brightest computers now, making sure nuclear Armageddon doesn't happen. Oh, great! The same computer systems that get hacked and go down and fail all the fucking times are now the ones safeguarding your children's future. Awesome, guys! Congratulations! I wish I could clap. But I've been missing church too much. Yeah, I know. Maybe you missed a little bit of too much. Maybe you missed too much church. It's not. I'm not even going to get into the religious aspect of the things. I could go on for hours about that. When it comes to saying things like, if God knows everything, past, present, and future, why on God's green earth did He create Lucifer? Number one. Number two, if I build a you know what, and I give it to a bad guy who I know is going to use it, do I not have blood on my hands? Am I not the architect of that situation? So then why did an all-loving God create the garden, create the tree of knowledge, and create Adam and Eve, who he knew was going to disobey them to bring sin into the world, and now we're all sinners because of it? I need to go to church a little bit more, I know. How did he give Lucifer the persuasion and the charisma and the power to take 1/3 of the angels out of the presence of God? Oh, I know, I need to go to church a little bit more. It's almost like this guy likes creating his own problems, a little like we do, ironically enough. Weird how that works. An all-loving God that would create Lucifer to begin with, create the means to bring sin into the world, i.e. the architect of sin, and I'm the confused one. I'm the one that needs to go to church more. I know. I can't quantify those, especially an all-loving God on top of it that would create a hell, an eternal hell, because you couldn't connect with them properly. If I was that God, an all-loving God, you know what I would do? I would turn your consciousness back off. You know that black void you were in before you had your first sentient thought, memory, whatever? I would just send you back to that. I wouldn't torture an already tortured soul for all of eternity, who I know wasn't going to make it to begin with, because I'm that sociopathic. Oh, but I gave you a chance. I gave you free will. Where was my free will in being here? So you shove me into a dark room, turn the lights on, i.e. consciousness, and then you look at me and say, now you have free will. Well, where was my free will in coming into this cosmic equation of judgment? And then you instill the sin in me. I'm birthed in it from your failed creations from before. Oh, and why did you let Lucifer in the garden to tempt them to begin with? Like, and if they hadn't eaten from the tree of knowledge yet, how did they know what right and wrong was? How did they know that disobeying you was the bad thing to do? If they didn't know the knowledge yet. They're just, oh, he said not to do something, but I don't know what to not to do something is. Because I haven't eaten from the fucking tree yet that gives me that. I need to go to church more, though. I was birthed in it, man. Do you ever ask questions like that at church? I'm curious. You're probably long gone, doesn't even matter. You said, hey, I'm superior, you gotta go to church more so you can get lied to more by another guy that doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. You ever heard of the ancient Sumerian text? Just curious. The first cuneiform tablets that were ever found in existence, the first writings, where you get the story of Noah and the flood from, where you get basically where the Torah, the Bible, and the Quran all metastasized from, or evolved from, I guess you could say. I need to go to church more. No, you need to understand history more. You need to understand your species more. We're a game. Our number one thing is telling stories. Since the dawn of time, that was our first Marvel movie. The story, the campfire lore. That's where we got all the dragons and all the blah, blah, blah. It's all we did back then was to entertain ourselves with stories, his stories. And a lot of them are lies to embellish things that we want to promote, i.e. religion or governments or institutions or financial, you name it. That's how they got people out of the mountains, out of the hills, out of the quarries to come pay tithes and taxes and sacrifice and this and that. Back then you had to kill an animal to commune with God. You had to have a blood sacrifice. So an all-loving God wants you to snap a dove's head off and pour it into a bowl so you can talk to it. But he's not going to talk back either. But he just wants you to kill that animal so you can talk to him properly. That's the all-loving God that 5 minutes ago flooded the earth just to come back and rebrand and say, now I'm going to die for you. Yeah, we're going a different way with this one. All that fear and all that crap. No. Now we're all inclusive. Now everybody's good. Just make sure you abide by that 501c3 doctrine, though. Nothing more, nothing less. Whatever we say is okay to look at, whatever the Vatican hasn't hidden away from you yet. You know your Bible, you've read it all, I'm sure, right? You probably haven't even read the portions that they allow you to read. Nah. I need to go to church more, though. And guess what? I love God. I talk to God constantly, okay? But not the God of this world, which if you read your Bible, by Baal, you would know who's in charge. Maybe I should just do one a day. I got a little burnt out from the last one. I don't really like to come on and get back into the same topics and say certain same things, but at the same time, it's not the same people. So, but you can only do that so much until you just burn yourself out, you know. And like I said, I'm not trying to sway anybody, gain a following, get none of that. None of that. I don't give a shit about any of that. No follow me here, no none of that. I'm not trying to sell you anything. Just trying to say I said I seen reality before it went down. So when, 1,000 years from now, when we're all literally in the matrix being harvested off of our biological heat or whatever, like in the movie, I hate to use correlations to that, but at least I can maybe go back at a data bank and a database and say, hey, look it, when I was in my biological computer, I was calling it all out. I seen where this was going. Now we're all just stuck in the fucking matrix. Literally, not metaphorically, like it was the meme. It was the saying, get out of the matrix, exit the matrix. No, we paid for the matrix. We financed the matrix. We sat by and our apathy and our ignorance gave it its existence. So I think we're just, maybe this is an ancestry simulation. You never know. Like maybe we are the AI and we're all just living it individually to see how we actually were birthed. Like seeing how we became a thing. Now that would be interesting, but I don't think so. I honestly think we're a eugenics-based experiment. As above, so below, as above. The same thing we do with a canine genome, how we deduce it down into a pug or a dachshund, I think that's what was done to us. From our pre-Neanderthal hominid monkey cousins, I think they said, oh, we can do something with them. And that's how we got in their image, the God gene. We got to understand something. We are 98, and you can Google this, we are 98.8% matching chimpanzee DNA genome. So upwards to 98%, 98.8. So right there, it's in our code, it's in our genome, and you can see it in us. You can see our monkey features easily if you're honest with yourself. So it's like, I think they came down, they seen a species that they could tinker around with, just the same way we do when we get bored with our eugenics experiments. They, as above, so below, they did the same thing, and now we're just kind of being played out, like we're being watched. Like, what do? Oh, they keep killing themselves every fucking time, no matter what. Reset it again, up, same shit, reset it again, up, same shit. It's in our code, it's in our genome. We are chimpanzees. I mean, look at, they're having civil wars in the Congo right now. We are as much as the next, man. I mean, we'd fit right back in with the Congo right now. I think it's the Congo. Google it. It's they have an active chimpanzee civil war going on somewhere in Africa. I want to say it's the Congo, but I could be wrong. But regardless of the statement, it's happening. And just like them, you can take the monkey out of the jungle, but you can't take the jungle out of the monkey is what I'm saying. So we started by throwing shit. Now we're about to throw the fucking sun. If the sun doesn't come back and stop us. So, which I think has to happen, so, will happen, so, I don't know, man. I'm just that realized, I'm a monkey, but I'm not saying that there is no God either, so don't take that with what I'm saying, at all, please. I just view him differently than you all view him. But anywho. I wonder what just happens if I just sat here in silence, just stared at the camera for like the next 3 hours. How weird that would be. Andy Kaufman style, just don't break character.
I need to drink that, man. I need to drink some more. Oh, my son.
A little sugar with my tea. So anyway, how y'all doing tonight? Now that I've spent about 400 calories talking. Hey, Humble, you fit in here, buddy. Hope you're still there. And it's officially Thursday. My least favorite day out of the week. So that's fun.
You gonna ask a question? You're just gonna try to see my dick imprint in my pants. Which one? Three people left immediately. I love it. Fucking weirdos, man. This society, they love like just like hate watching and like, oh, they're not gonna say anything, but oh my god, dude, they know the narrative, they know who you are, what you're on, what you're gonna say, because you know they're the smartest people in the world, man. They're the triple boosted ones. They're the ones that they're gonna vote their way out of this. Don't worry. Don't worry, your government still loves you. They still need you. Your children will definitely have a future. Oh, man. Fun times we're living in, though, for sure. Fun times. So what are you guys up to at midnight, August 13th, 2026? Smack dab in the middle of the dumb ages. What are you guys doing? What are you guys up to? I told myself I wasn't going to go into the God rants because I'm trying to be more respectful to people's pillow they fall back on at night. I don't want to rough that up too much because some people need the God factor, man. Some people would be out the door tonight, tomorrow, if they lost faith in the God factor. So I get it. I get it. It's like the encompassing way to have all your bases covered. Which is weird to me too, because a lot of the times, like, these people that they trust in the plan and God's plan and everything happens for a reason type stuff. But the second something doesn't go their way, it's like, where is that fervency still? Where is that, like, oh, thank God, God got me. No, like, it's like all of a sudden then we don't talk about God. Unless you're a person like me. It's just weird how that happens. I wish Humble would come back at least. Damn, at least he was saying something. I need to stop going off into my rant so long and then actually start engaging with the chat more. Sometimes I don't even believe like any of this. Literally, sometimes I honestly do not believe this is actually like, it can't be this dumb. It can't be this easy for them. I mean, history has shown that this species, no matter what the circumstances are, when they're backed into a corner, they revolt, they rebel, and they kick the shit out of whatever was fucking with it. I don't care what empire, I don't care what species, what race, you name it. When the human is pushed to a breaking point, he reacts. Only in this generation is that not happening. Since the dawn of time, only right now, right here, is that not happening. And not only is it not happening, we're paying for our soft kill. We're paying for our obsolescence. We're paying for the fact that your children will not have a future. And they sit here and laugh, and they sit here and... Okay. Go read 1984, my friend. George Orwell, Eric Blair. Go read it. That's what they have in store for you. Oy, oy, oy. But it is preaching to the choir, or preaching to somebody that won't listen regardless, or just getting myself on the radar for these people to, I don't know, I'm nothing special, but if you get too outside the algorithm that they suppress, and you speak truth at the same time, they Charlie Kirk you. That's what they do. I don't care who you are, how it happens. If you get too big and you say too much truth at the same time, it's a no-go. They did it to JFK when he told Israel, you're not going to have a nuke. Boom. And since then, they have gotten their way with everything. And that goes to show you right there, if they can stop the president from being the president, and they can stop all these other popular people, from musicians to you name it, the second they speak out, all of a sudden they got some crazy accident, or all of a sudden they're a pedophile, or you name it.
it's funny how that works, because it's always only targeted to the people that are trying to speak out. It's just, I don't know, there's something to it. So it's like, you can't be truthful and honest and talk about topics that are relevant to our entire existence and be on the top of the algorithm at the same time. It just doesn't work out that way. I mean, Alex Jones archetype, look what they did to him. I'm not saying I like Alex in any way. I listened to him for 20 years. Now when I hear the guy's voice, it literally is like nails on a chalkboard. So I don't know, but he's an archetype of what I'm getting at. They will literally bury you in litigation, bury you the second you say something stupid enough to where they can hop on the bandwagon. Oh, this is not okay. Now we got to deplatform you. Now we got to debank you. Now we got to take, trying to take away your kids. I mean, down to taking away his cat, like all this weird stuff that happened to that person. It's just an example, but like at least he didn't get his neck blown out. The guy that got his neck blown out was the one that was talking about Israel right up to that very moment when he was backing away from them and said, you know what, I don't want your money anymore. Oh, no. Don't work out like that. Boom, do the Charlie Kirk. You turned into a meme. You turned into a phrase. You got Kirk. That's your legacy, my friend. If you can see us, I know you're rolling in your grave. If you can see what this society did with your televised death, I know you're rolling in your grave, because you say, what was it for? Who was I trying to help? These people, they don't give a shit. They want to die. Look at them. Every second they ingest another fucking piece of poison from the food, the water, the air, you name it, they want to die. They know their jig is up. These people are so nihilistic, they want to take the world with them when they go. That's why these kids that are coming up now, these iPad babies, these vaccinated monstrosities, they're soulless. They're so nihilistic. They'll talk to a 30-year-old person like they're 65. You know why? Because they don't have a future. They're not going to get to 65, and I think a lot of them inherently know it deep down inside. They already see how fucked up this place is. You want to talk about 401ks, pensions, retirements now for us? We're lucky if we get that. They definitely won't. So they know it, if they got a brain in their head anyway, which I don't think a lot of them do. So that's why they're just TikTok dancing and eating the Tide Pods and, doing the next trend that'll paralyze you, hopefully. Fucking morons, man. And you know why they're like that is because you have a whole generation before them, my generation or my brother's generation, who we shit the bed too, and we're rolling around in it. It's just like, it was children raising children at this point. My generation, a lot of us never grew up, okay? The fact that I'm in the top 0.5% of people who I even knew as a kid that are actually doing good for themselves, and that's shocking to me because most people didn't think I was going to make it past 18 when I joined the fucking army. So, and not because of that, because I was heavy into drugs and alcohol and stuff like that leading up to me joining in the army, which kind of got me straight for a minute and then kind of propelled me into a whole new avenue of alcoholism. So, but that's long and over with. But I don't know, man. It's to the point of what is it for? What is it for? What is it for? So my Palantir NSA FBI agent can get a better read on my psyche that the memes and the posts don't give enough of? Because we're all in the Titanic and it's splitting as we speak. Like, we're not even iceberg. No, that's long over with. We've been sitting in the water for hours now. That bitch is splitting. The lifeboats are they're going to Mars. They're going to the bunkers in the islands they're buying. They're building the redoubts for a reason. You don't got that. You don't got a lifeboat. You're just listening to the violins and you're moving around those deck chairs and you're saying, don't worry. They're going to come get us. Don't worry, we're going to be okay. Just listen to the music. We're on a vacation. Come on, don't let this damper the mood. Bye-bye. As a society, as a collective whole, because even if you aren't for it, you still got to go out to the flock cameras. I still have to get this cancer-causing EMF radiation blasted around me at all times just so I can be a part of civilization. Like if I disconnect myself from the internet, if I disconnect myself from technology in general and go Amish, how am I supposed to get notifications from work? How am I supposed to, you name it. There's so many different variables that this is now tied into to where you cannot live a life outside of it. So therefore you're subjected to the EMF. You're subjected to what it does to your sleep, what it does to your physiology, what it does to your internal molecular level. You're subjected to it. And I'm telling you, since its implementations, it's been doing something to society's frequency. These people have become more and more whacked out with every G we go up, with every new phone or new pad that comes out. It's just doing something to us. It's hollowing us out. Back in 2006 and 7, I could drive from Oklahoma to Michigan using a paper map, no problem. Today, 20 plus years later, if I tried that, I think I'd have a problem. So therefore, I'm a product of the problem, admitting that we are being hollowed out. We are being whittled away little by little. Don't worry. Let it be automated. Don't worry. The computer will do it for you. The GPS will do it for you. Don't worry. It's so convenient now. You don't even have to eat. You don't got to breathe. You don't got to drink. We'll do it for you. Just plug yourself in. The machine will do it for you. Transhumanism, merge with machines. That's why the wearables and the implants and the Neuralink, all that stuff, it's just so trendy. So cool. Cyberpunk, right? Okay. See where that gets you. See where it gets you. Because I don't know how much more we got to be right about. From the USS Liberty to Epstein Island to JFK to COVID to you name the conspiracy theory. How much more do we got to be right on until you guys realize, holy shit, this is what's going on? I mean, if you understand the terminology conspiracy theory anyway, do you know where that came from? Do you know who propagated that terminology and created it? The CIA did. And you can Google it. The CIA came up with the terminology to demonize those who were questioning the JFK narrative of Lee Harvey Oswald and the book place, the suppository, whatever the hell it's called. I need one. Anywho, that was put onto the general public of people who were questioning that narrative. Come to find out, decades later, holy shit, what did those files expose? Definitely more than one party involved, and that's the fairest I'll give that. More than one party involved on that one, okay? And if you look into who Lee Harvey Oswald is, boom, all makes sense. All makes sense. So it's just, I'm telling you, man, they I don't know. It's if they're not paying attention, it's like somebody talking batting averages with me. I have no idea who Wayne Gretzky is anymore, my friend. I don't know the score, touchdown, football, goal, whatever. I don't know, man. You're talking Chinese to me. So on the reverse, it's the same with them because they're not paying attention. They don't know. They don't know who Peter Thiel is. They don't know what Palantir is. They don't know. They're starting to, oh God, flock cameras. Why am I being recorded all the time? Well, it's Truman Show. I thought you guys liked that. I thought your egos were so big that you wanted that. Oh, I want to feel safe. I want to know if somebody's going to kidnap my kid at school. Okay, cool. Can we do the same thing? Can we put all these flock cameras on all the politicians? Can we put a flock camera on their street corner, on their mansion, on the Pentagon? Can we do that with all these people? With the Child Care Protective Services? All these people need their own personal flock camera then. If you're so fucking worried about us, we're worried about you too. We're worried about you too, because guess what? We've been paying you guys to fuck shit up continuously up to this point, and now all of a sudden you want to turn around and look at us like we're the ones you got to worry about. Why is that? Because you are doing something bad, and you want to know how much people know about your bullshit collectively? I think that's why. I think that's why you're so fucking worried about us, because you want to know how much we know about you. And you're just like a serial killer that's gotten away with its crimes for so fucking long that you're getting bored. That you gotta fucking leave a clue. You gotta rub it in our faces. You gotta write a note to the detective. You know, it's like what you guys do at this point. You're arrogant. You're drunk on power. It's just like you want to rub it in their faces now. But just know this, your power is artificial. At the moment's notice that sun looks the wrong way at the right time, your tech tower of Babylon goes away overnight, in an instant. Your power is artificial. You are only in this position of power due to the technology and what it does, because you yourself could not be there without it, and you know that. None of this would even be a thing if it wasn't for these fucking gizmos. If it wasn't for the games and the TV and the Hollywood, the Tinseltown, you wouldn't even have an empire right now, because they'd be out in the streets years ago. They'd be out in the streets years ago at this point, especially if they didn't inject themselves with that shit. So just know that. And yeah, it doesn't matter. I guess it's who are we talking for? I don't even like 99% of the people I see. I'm just like, how are you even still alive? And they want to look at me and ask that question at the same time. It's like, okay. I don't know, man. I don't even know anymore. What's the point? Like, literally, what is the point? I mean, even on the other side of this, when it does go south, if it's not just a nuclear holocaust and say the power goes out, we have some Mad Max style scenario on the other side of this, or the power goes out and we're all just telling campfire stories, this, that. 90% of these idiots that don't want to hear a word of this are going to be the first ones telling you, I knew, just a matter of time. Only in the time frame leading up to the cataclysm, the window of opportunity we had, you didn't want to hear about it. You didn't want to talk about it. You didn't want to say, I know. You said, I don't want to argue. Oh, it's too negative. Oh, just can't you enjoy life? Yeah. I tried to. I tried warning you enough to where we could enjoy this longer, to where it didn't have to end up like this. But now we're here, and they'll be the first ones to say, oh, I know. I was trying to stop it too. No, you weren't. You were propagating it. I had this saying I came up with the other day. To the point where I'm at politically, I'm an advocate for the rebirth of the Moorish Empire. The only difference between me and them is these people are wanting to propagate the Moronish Empire we're currently in. Thinking they're going to have some change, thinking they're going to have some revolution, thinking, oh, we just need socialism, or we just need communism, or we just need fascism, or we just need this or that. How about no more isms? How about no more teams? How about if we don't get our shit together, this species collectively commits suicide because of our ignorance and our apathy towards realizing reality around us? Go watch Terminator. You're living it. You're literally living it. Go look up those Boston Dynamics robots and tell me DARPA isn't weaponizing the shit out of those things behind the scenes. The next time they fake the air being the boogeyman that makes you stay in the house, it's not going to be the law enforcement holding that up. It's going to be Boston Dynamics robots marching down your fucking street saying, citizen, stay inside your home. And your ass is going to do it. You know why? Because they already tested you. They already tested you in the COVID era. You did it for nothing. You did it for nothing. You poisoned, killed grandma for nothing. You poisoned and fucked up your kids for nothing. You poisoned and fucked up yourself for nothing. Even if you got lucky and it didn't fuck with you, guess what? You got enough nanotech, heavy metals, aluminum, you name it in your body that when they turn on those 6G towers past the point of where they're supposed to be at, and you all look like tinfoil in a microwave and drop like fucking flies, I hope in that last little nanosecond before you fry the fuck out, you say, holy shit, that wired-haired kid was right. But guess what? It doesn't matter if I am, because we're dead. We're done. Doesn't matter. We lost anyway. I don't like knowing this shit. I don't like fucking obsessing about this shit. I wish to God I could fucking turn on Netflix and not give a fuck about any of this. But you know what? We don't have a future, so what's the point to do that? Like we gotta say something. I can't just sit by and click all day. Until what? Until... It's too much, man. It's too much. And people need to see people start acting like this. Because everybody's a little too like coward, or what are they going to think about me? How am I going to look? Oh, why are you mad, bro? Like, oh, you're so emotional. It's like, dude, your emotions were taken out of you. You should feel like this too. And if you need to see somebody That's not some meth head in their car, losing everything anyway. Their life sucks anyway, so they're just doom scrolling and doom talking. It's like, my life is fucking great, dude. I just bought a fucking new house. I have a 2025 truck. I have a great career. Like, everything is in my favor. And the reason I'm obsessing about this shit so much is because I know all my effort and all my work that got me to this moment is not gonna fucking matter here soon. And you all should feel the fucking same way too. No matter if you're working at Arby's or you're working at SpaceX. They're about to take your progress away. They're about to fucking take everything away from you. Hands down. Yeah, may the Spirit of Jesus bless my heart 100%. I believe in God. Can I ask you a question? Since you had to say that. What do you think about an all-loving God that knows everything past, present, and future, building the Garden of Eden, building the Tree of Knowledge, and building Adam and Eve knowing that they were going to partake from that fruit and bring sin into the world? If I was a bad guy and I built a you-know-what and I built a detonator for it and I gave it to a known who I know is going to use it, would you not say I'm a bad guy? Would you not say there's blood on my hands? Would you not say I'm the architect of that situation? Because that's how I look at God, who I believe in, who I talk to every single day, enough to where I can formulate these types of thoughts in my head and not just go to the surface level narrative of what the Bible is. Did you ever ask yourself why he created Lucifer? With enough charisma, enough arrogance, enough persuasion to take 1/3 of the angels out of the presence of God, the most holy of holy places? Did you ever ask yourself that? Why he created his own problems, much in the same way we do? You ever ask yourself that? Do you ever think past that point? Of saying, holy crap, he created the garden, he created the serpent, he created Adam and Eve, knowing they were going to bring sin into the world just so he can call me a sinner for their original sin, where I got no free will in that. Where was my free will in being born? You shoved me into a dark room, turned on the light, which is my consciousness, and said, now you have free will. Well, where was my free will in being here? That's fake will. That's fake will, my friend. But may Jesus be with you as well. Hopefully he returns right now. I would bow, I would confess, I would love it. You know why? Because at this point, if he doesn't, we're fucked. Oh, that gave me a... Jesus saves big money at Menards. I just save big money with Menards. Oh, that was funny. Thanks for breaking the ice on that one. Or the tension, whatever the hell it was. I don't know, when people just chime in and they hear you talking and they hear you rant, they hear you saying something. Oh, it's just, may Jesus be with you. Jesus, hey, God's in control. God's got it all. And I'm like, okay, well, 5 minutes ago he was flooding the earth because of his mistakes with the Nephilim and all that kind of stuff. And then 5 minutes later he says, oh, screw all that. Now I'm rebranding. Now I'm going to come down and die for you guys because we're going on a different PR campaign. 5 minutes ago I had to literally kill an animal and drain it of its blood to commune with you. And of course you didn't talk back, but I still had to kill a sentient being just to communicate with your bloodthirsty ass. Oh, 5 minutes later though, hey, after the flood, we're good now. We're good now. I'm going to come down and die for you. We're going to do things differently. Where was that then? I want to believe, trust me, do not get me wrong, but there's a reason why the Vatican has 8 or 9 plus books that are hidden from the original Bible that the public has never got to read. So when you say, oh, read your Bible, Jesus this, Jesus that, it's like you haven't even read your full Bible. You've read the 501c3 government stamped, issued, and authorized version of what they want you to know. And the same people that have been lying to you since the dawn of your existence are not the ones that are going to give you the keys to the afterlife, okay? They're lying to you now. Why do you think they would fucking tell you how to get out of here? When they literally sponsor it. When they literally they put a Bible on every hotel shelf for a reason. It pacifies you. What it does to you is it says, I can't control this. I have no power, but God does, and they will be judged. It makes you sit on your hands and look up to the sky, and for all you know, they could have orchestrated that entire doctrine just so you do that psychologically. You don't know how smart these people are and how long they've had this plan in place. Because he was alone, and loneliness is the only thing that being a God can't repair. That's why. Because he was alone. Okay, I like that. I like that. If you could put Philippians 4:4-6 in there, I'd appreciate it. I don't want to look at it right now. Go away from the screen anyway. But yeah, that's a great way to think about it. He was alone, and I try to put myself in God's eyes so much it's not even funny. And it's funny you say that, because that's what I would do too. I would want to give companionship. I would want to give what I have to something else. I would want to create. I would want to, but it's the all-knowing factor. That's the thing I can't get past too. So it's like, you know how this is going to play out. You know how it's going to end. You know from the Battle of Armageddon at Megiddo, you know you're going to chain him up for another 1,000 years. Why not kill him? Why not end Lucifer? A lot of Bible people don't know this. They think at Armageddon, God just kicks Lucifer into the lake of fire and this, that, and the other. No, he's chained up for 1,000 years, and then he's let out again. But nobody ever talks about that part. Like, why is this God so passive with evil? Like, I'll just never understand it. And then you look at all of his creations, from Lucifer to the fallen angels to humanity. It's like every single one of them is kind of shitty. Like, if a movie director, I love this movie director, but all he keeps making is bombs, literally bombs. How long can he just keep saying, oh, he's a great director? He's just, Can't get better than this. Are you sure? Have you seen us? Do you know what we do? Like, we have suicide vested the one rock we have with enough nuclear material to turn it to stardust in a matter of a blink of an eye. That's like the precipice of what we've done. No matter if it's good or bad, what's the most amazing outcome of everything that can affect everyone? That right there. That's what we've done. We've built a suicide vest on our one planet, waging war against our one species, calling every other species, like wildlife, invasive, when we're the most invasive, canceristic, parasitic piece of shit on the planet. We put lipstick on a pig and forget that it's a pig. Like, we are 98.8% matching chimpanzee genome for a reason. You can take the monkey out of the jungle, but you can't take the jungle out of the monkey. In the same way, we take a canine's genome and deduce it down into a pug or a dachshund. I believe that was what's done to us. When they seen the pre-Neanderthal hominids, whatever they're called, I can't talk with a zin in my mouth, I'm sorry. When they seen them, they said, we can tinker with them, we can do something with them. And I believe that's where we get the image, in their image of. I believe that's where you get the God particle, the DNA alteration, all that, because there's something in our DNA that nobody can account for, how it got there, why it's there, blah, blah, blah. So it's like, yeah, we are a eugenics-based experiment, as above, so below. Why wouldn't we be? If we came from creator gods, why wouldn't we do the exact same thing they do, but on a lesser image? It's like a micro to the macro. Hold on. Because humans, after all of that, they were spiritually superior, so closer to God, so their companions, and he tells us, after this, all the pain will stop. We will be like gods, but with God, so he finally has company. Because he was alone, his loneliness is the only thing that would ever be. Okay. So let me ask you this. An all-loving God. You guys agree with that template, right? He's an all-loving God. How can he create an eternity of punishment for somebody that he knew would never accept them? If you're all-loving, wouldn't you just turn off that person's consciousness? Say, oh, you didn't make it, you could have enjoyed heaven, blah, 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 sorry, back to the void you go, back before you had original consciousness and thought, your first memory. Just go back to there. Why do you want to torture an already tortured soul who you knew wasn't going to make it for all eternity? Why would you want to put him with such a beast that you made hell specifically for Lucifer, but now you want to throw people in there that couldn't make it? Think about it. I was talking to my mom about this the other day. Think about the idea of somebody who commits suicide, but they don't want to hurt anybody. They don't want to do nothing bad. They just say, you know what? I don't like this place. I don't like what we've become. I don't want to participate. I don't want blood on my hands. I'm going to peacefully exit with not hurting a fly. I'm just taking myself out of the equation. You expect me to believe an all-loving God would look at that tortured mind and then say, oh, God, I knew you weren't going to make it. I knew you were going to feel that shitty this entire time to the point where you had to take your life. But guess what? The kicker is I'm so sociopathic. I'm such a celestial stalker that you can't get away from me. Now, you got to go hang out with my firstborn son, the red one. Your interpretation of hell is skewed. How so? It's separation from God. Is that what you're about to say? Because that's just so generic, my friend. If it's just separation from God, hold on. Hell is a byproduct of human ego. Oh, okay. Well, if that's where you're going with it, I guess I can agree to a certain extent. Yeah, I would. I honestly think we are the progenitors of hell. Like, it is our projection. And that's why we have to blame an invisible boogeyman for everything that goes bad, because we can't own up to our own bullshit. We can't call out ourselves because there's nothing better than us. We're the new kids on the block. Our shit don't stink, bro. We're the only ones, by the way. Just 5 minutes ago, you guys thought the sun revolved around us. Our egos are so entrenched. So yeah, I hope, to a certain degree, I hope there wasn't an all-loving God that would create a hell like that. But it's funny, through all these things I've said, from oh, Jesus bless your heart, oh, it's so lonely. Nobody's saying anything towards what I'm saying, though. Like, it's like, where did the philanthropist go? I can't say that word. I want to hear something back from you. Finally has company. But this is the company he wanted? Like, this is what, is he like staging a cosmic sitcom? Is he that bored? Is he on the celestial couch eating the popcorn going, I already seen this season, I directed it, but hell, it's a good one. Gotta watch it again. He told us everything in the Bible and even got himself killed. Jesus, all of this, and even knowing all of this, some humans, they reject him. But I don't reject him. I don't reject him at all. But that doesn't mean I can't ask these questions at the same time. Do you see duality in like thought? I know we're so tribalistic in our chimpanzee nature to where we can't have a counter thought that goes against our actual narrative of how we think this is going. But that's the number one thing this species should do, is question itself and not just toe the party line and believe whatever is shoveled into your brain. It's 501c3 for a reason, man. Render unto Caesar style shit, okay? When it talks about God appointing the governors and the presidents and all this other, no, I don't think that's how it is at all. I think there's a lot of man-made stuff put in there to kind of make God in the image of man almost. Because it started with man in the image of God, but it's almost like, no, it's devolved into this God in the image of man, because God has all these human emotions. Like, what is loneliness to a celestial being that is everything? What is loneliness to that? Can you even put yourself in that field of consciousness to where you are everything all at once, all at the same time, and you're telling me you're lonely? That's human. That's human emotion. Oh, it's putting things in the chat that they're not letting me see here. They were doing that last stream too. No, philanthropist, Jesus was not God. He was. To a certain degree, I want to believe it with that too, because he speaks of the temple, being inside of you, God being inside of you type thing. And it basically kind of talks about how you can reach the Godhood through, I don't know. I don't want to, because I don't know. I wasn't there. I don't know. I'm not arrogant enough to say that this is how it is just because some other guy told me. All we do as a species is play the game of telephone. Like, it's what we do. It's what we did from the beginning of time. Like, it was our first Marvel movies. It was our first cinematic trailer. It was like the campfire stories, like the lore, the dragons, the rod, you name it. We had to one-up each other every time we got around the first silver screen. Like the shadows on the wall style shit. You got to give some lore to it. You got to give some narrative to it. We got to hear the persons tell the story, his story. Anything that is history right now is only history because they want you to know it. My Buddha's teaching, blessing guys. Heck yeah, awesome. Satan is not a religion. Oh, I agree. I know. It's the dumbest thing on the planet. I'm just curious, what is this? Well, we were just having a conversation. We were going from politics to religion, you name it. Somebody says something in the chat, I start talking, and then we devolve from there, or evolve, one of the two. Correct, and it's through meditation and suppressing thought and ego that experience. Yeah, I can agree with that, because then that cuts you off from this physical hologram, more or less, this physical matrix, where we only see 0.3% of the light spectrum for a reason. And they want to call it spiritual warfare, I get it. Some want to call it aliens, I get it. Guess what? We're all looking at the same mirror, just from a different angle, so therefore we're getting a different reflection. Just in the same way, 50 people can witness an accident, and 45 of them will tell you an alternate version of actually what happened, due to the fact that they were standing or looking or perspective-based in a different location. And that's all this is. It's mental to the, it's micro to the macro, from mental to the physical. It's the same thing. We're all looking at the same lore, just getting a different glance of it. Same with Islam, same with the Torah, same with the Quran, Islam, the Bible, you know, you name it. The ancient Sumerian text, the first cuneiform tablets that nobody wants to talk about. Where you get your story of Noah from, where you get your story of the flood from, all came from the first writings that nobody wants to talk about. It's funny how we all love the first movies that led to the trilogy, and we all love the first movies that led to the redo, but we never like the first writings that make it look like we're a eugenics experiment, that make it look like there's star people that came down and made us in their image. Weird, I've heard that before. But I don't know, man. I hope you're right. I hope Jesus comes back today, tomorrow, yesterday. I would bow, I would confess, all that. Great. Get it over with. What are you waiting on? CRISPR. Do you understand what CRISPR is? We're literally cloning. China is making it so autism and genetic disability, all that kind of stuff is not even a thing anymore. Granted, that's a good thing, but at the same time, we're surpassing levels of where we should be allowed to be at. Because if you want to talk about what God is, effectively, we're becoming God. Through the AI, through the automation, through the big pharma, you name it. To the point where we're cloning human beings now. CRISPR. Go look up what CRISPR is. CRISPR. CRISPR. Genetic alterations. Where is God on that? That should be a thin red line. When you're making human-animal chimeras, when you're crossbreeding species, when you're literally playing God, that's when I expect God to step in. But he's late to the game yet again. We're not God, Bubby. Oh, I know. I've heard that so many times. Trust me. But we want to be. Hence why we need one so bad. It's the same way we need a president. We need a leader. We need a shepherd. We need a sheepdog. We need something telling us what we ourselves can't comprehend. And when they say it's so basic, when they cover all bases, they'll be judged, they'll pay, you'll get your repentance, just be a good person, make sure you're saved, make sure you trust, this, that, and the other. I get it. Trust me, I hope you're right, because if you're wrong, we just handed everything to them. If you're wrong and that sky doesn't open up and he doesn't come down on the horse with the flaming sword, we gave everything to these people who probably made up that story, hence why it survived the entire time. Because the first layer of a takeover comes in the mind. You got to attack the mind. Before there was a camera on every street corner, how did they get you to echo? Oh, God's watching. God's watching. God will know the truth. God, he was the first flock camera. If you did anything bad, guess what? You can't escape God. It was the way to start to pacify our chimpanzee nature, our murder monkey mind. And then the idea of an afterlife, of where you'll be tortured for eternity if you don't play the game we want you to play. Okay, they will see the Son, man, coming on the clouds in the heavens, the power of the great. Okay, cool, great. Where is it? All I hear is Christians just talk. They just talk all the time. You sound more conspiratorial than me. It's coming. It's on the way. Any time now. Been saying that, what, since World War I, most of these people. If you study Christianity, they've thought every single generation God's coming back to fix it. And it's, God can't get any worse than this. But it always does, and he's always a no-show. But don't worry, he's coming. I know this time we're right. Trust me, I get it. We're definitely not getting played to sit on our ass and do nothing and let evil. I mean, like Einstein said, the only way evil can prevail is when good men don't do anything. And I'm sorry, but that's what that book instills in people, because God's got it. I'm not going to get involved. God will handle it. You better hope it's not their God, because he's handling things pretty freaking good for them right now and pretty freaking bad for us. And doesn't it talk about in Revelations how Christians will be the most persecuted people? How? When you guys are the #1 mega church, you guys got the richest pastors, you got the most congregations, and you got Islam sitting in the dirt right now, literally bombing more or less camps that they're building for these people. They're still bombing those too. So how are Christians the most persecuted when it's the Gazans face down in the dirt with a missile up their ass that we bought and paid for to give to that illegal nation? How? Because Israel shouldn't even exist until God comes back. I'm a believer of the Torah, so yeah, I'm with them. Most of the citizens call it an illegal occupation, an illegal Zionist government. I mean, it's just, they say it, not me. So guys, hold on a second. I got another thought. When you Christians, when you modern day Christians want to cut ties with Israel, wouldn't you want to wash your hands of Israel and walk away so the rest of the world can have their way with them, which would bring God back, which is prophesied in Revelations, right? So why are we trying to upkeep them? Why are we trying to keep it so they don't fulfill Revelations? It's almost like we're doing the opposite. Christians aren't the most persecuted, and we're the only reason Israel is standing. Yet we're the Christian nation that wants God to come back, but we're the only ones preventing it. You can't have it both ways, people. Only American Christians support Israel. Yeah, you're right on that one, actually. Homie, I'm trying, but you're going too hard on your standards. It's all good. Hey, it's time to go hard, okay? It's time to let your human emotion out and just let your true consciousness do the work. Just let God speak for you. That's what I'm doing. I literally haven't thought about 99% of what I'm saying yet. It's all coming out of my mouth somehow. That, to me, is God, the architect of my consciousness. And right now, in this moment, he directed me to say these things, obviously, because he knew I was going to. Bro, I'm a Christian. I don't support Israel Orthodox. Or don't believe that the Jews are the chosen people. Okay, I'm right there with you. I'm right there with you on that one. We get everlasting life in God's kingdom. They can have this fallen world. Okay, but guess what? Like I said, playing devil's advocate, poor choice of words, I know. Hypothetically, because you don't know, because you weren't there, because you don't inherently 100% know if that doctrine is 100% accurate and true into what it says, how can you say that this is the fallen world that we gave them? It's the fallen world that we created, that we lost due to our apathy and understanding, like, oh, it's got to get better before it gets worse. It's prophesized. It's only going to get worse. The Bible talks about it. But what if that's implementations for you to be okay with it getting worse? So therefore, then they have to come in as the actual Savior and say, you guys are walking around like a toddler with a loaded .357. We got to do something to get the gun out of your hand. Oh, there's 1984. There's your digital takeover. There's your true God, which they want to name as God, the AI. So it's a fallen world, but it could have been a great world had we had the courage to make it that way. But because we were indoctrinated with the fact that this is going to be a fallen world, we went along with it. Can you not understand psychology? It's like the person that writes the newspaper wants your narrative and your thinking to be swayed a certain way, right? So why would you not think the same for religion of any text? Whoever that power structure is wants your mind to think a certain way, wants your understanding of the narrative to understand it a certain way, to the point of where there's an end game, to the point of where things gonna get really fucked up, and you're gonna be okay with it because God will judge them. You better hope he does. You better hope he does. Because who's the God of this world right now? You Christians understand what I'm saying. The God of this world right now is Lucifer, right? So this all-loving God, this all-loving God, this all-knowing God, he's like, hey, the best I can do, you already took 1/3 of my angels away. You already made me fuck with Job so much. I didn't really like doing that. But now, I'm going to let you have domain over the rock. I'm going to let you have domain over earth. I'm an all-loving God. I love animals, right? I love animals. If I created an animal, the last thing I would do is put it in this house with a pit bull in the room with it and then leave. Because I know it's a poor analogy, but that's what this was. He created us, loved us, oh gosh, but he put his little monkeys in a room with a devil dog and then walked out the door. And now he's looking at me like, hey, do you love me? Do you love me? I don't know, dude. Do you love me? Get your devil dog off my ass. Talking about do I love you? What kind of sociopathic, narcissistic shit is that? Give me a break. Hey, what's up, man? That's because you haven't experienced it yourself yet. I know, you know me, bro. I know. You guys know everything. You know what happened in the past. You know what's going to happen in the future. And you know me so personally well that you know I haven't experienced it. Who are you, God? Are you messing with me? Weirdos. Oh, okay, my bad. I take everything personally. I have like personal PTSD at this point when it comes to people thinking like that I don't even know, man. It's like, I'm not the stupid one. I'm not the one that doesn't know what's going on. I can list 25 things that you probably have no idea about that are pertinent to your existence right here, right now. What can you tell me? Something about Lady Gaga or who's the new one, Cardi B? Okay? You gonna let your kids go dance around in their twerky pants? Make sure they got triple boost in that mask. Oh, we don't do that anymore. It's cool. Now we just cough into each other's faces like 2020 never even existed. Yeah, no, I'm just talking. I'm just trust me. I'm like, whoo, I'm all over the place. It's an expel of energy. I just have to get it out some way, somehow. Or tell you for the matter. What does that mean? Can I show you the basics of how to experience the kingdom or tell? Yeah, go ahead. By all means. I'm open to all forms of understanding, information, logic, you name it. I don't judge. I don't tell somebody they're wrong. I don't this, that, and the other. But I will play devil's advocate. And I will ask pertinent, poignant questions to try to not destabilize, but to poke a hole in. Because if it's truth, it should have no hole. Therefore, that's why I'm just jabbing away at anything I can, metaphorically speaking. Except myself. Woo! It's a little hot in here now. Whoa! I mean, I feel like I raised good points in chat, but you kind of missed them. I'll go back, just chill, guy. Let's see. There's evidence for the earthquake. Oh, hold on a second. Oh, yeah. Okay, cool. Okay, but then again, like, where's the seismograph reader? Where's, like, the where's anything other than the game of telephone? Because say I took power. Say when Constantine or Constantinople, whatever his name was, when he legalized Christianity, they kind of rebranded a lot within their government and within the church and with all that kind of stuff. So who's to say that, hold on, let me read your point again. The evidence, evidence of the earthquake. Who's to say that these people that haven't carried the historical narrative to this point to where you are only seeing it because they want you to, who's to say they didn't just all get together and say, yeah, that happened. Yep, all of our scholars, all of our historian guys, all of them, it all happened. And even with the disciples, like the ones that were murdered after Christ was crucified. The ones that wouldn't say it was a hoax. The ones that wouldn't say, go along with them wanting to rebuke the resurrection. They all got killed in brutal ways besides Judas, right? So it's like, why would they go along with it if it wasn't real? Well, were you there? Honestly, I know Christ was a real person. There's enough substantial evidence to say that. But who's giving that evidence? Who's saying that evidence is real? Who's saying that these people were there? Who's the conglomerative that was there, that's seen it firsthand to this point, that's now saying, yeah, that was true? Because the game of telephone is prevalent in every single story that has ever existed. I'm sorry, it's just basic common knowledge and understanding of your species. We are storytellers. Hold still and pause your breathing until you start needing to breathe. Okay. I'm going to screenshot that. I mean, I know a little bit of what you're already talking about. There's so much, you can get yourself high with different styles of breath exercises and stuff like that, but I'm not going to exclude the chill guy. I want to see if he said anything else. God is the creator of all life and good things. If you love life and good things. Okay. I mean, do you understand how like cartoon, storybook, almost like pop-out book, childlike like level that is? I'm sorry to try to poke fun a little bit, but God is the creator of all life and good things. If you love life and good things, you love God. What? I'm sorry. It's just that's 2D level of thinking. Like, okay. It's not an exercise, my guy. No, I'm talking about the way you can get your like self, like psychedelic. Some people say that through different breathing techniques, they can almost reach like a level of DMT style high. That's what I'm talking about. You are one of the chosen ones. Well, I appreciate that. I honestly, I don't like. They've hijacked that. There's like this whole trend, like where people are I don't even know, man. I am nothing. I am mere rags. I am a sinner. I am the worst example of anything that I talk about. Because if I was God, I would have offed myself a long time ago. But then again, I've reached a point to where I don't know. Maybe that is why we go through this test, to where when we reach a point of it kind of chips away all the evil out of us. It kind of like cookie cutter our internal soul into this mold to where we can be sustainable on the outside of this when we get to our heavenly body. I mean, because think about it. Look what we do with this one body. Look what we do with this one planet. Imagine if we were given anything more. Imagine if we were given a heavenly body or a celestial realm to ourselves. My goodness, we'd be like Dragon Ball Z, just killing each other all day. Kamehameha, blow up this planet. Blow up that one. Like, that's what we do, because look what we do with the one body, with one rock we have. I tried killing myself for 20 plus years. And I'm only now looking back going, holy shit, like, wait, what? Why? So hopefully we reach that point collectively. Yeah, I don't buy the whole chosen ones thing. When it comes to buying it, like the 144,000, for instance, I'm not even talking about that. When I hear the word chosen ones, I think of a person that still has access to their third eye, the pineal gland, that still has access to the source, to be able to even think and contemplate and talk and have free thought like this. Because there's a lot of people that, number one, say they don't even have an internal dialogue in their head, which is crazy to me. And then there's a whole other vast majority of the population that can't make eye contact or say a sentence past something generic. So it's like almost like the chosen ones to me are the people that are like you guys. You would be chosen ones to me. The fact that you're even listening to me, the fact that we're even having this, it's like we're stuck in a consciousness, a wavelength that a lot of other people can't access anymore. And I was not there my whole life. I kind of jarred myself into it in my own sick, weird, masochistic way. And I started to see my sin. I started to see my error. I started to see my arrogance. I would put the lipstick on the pig, but I would never acknowledge that I'm a pig, you know. So it's like, but I think we all do that collectively as a species, as a society, as whatever government or whatever power is in control at the point. We, as above, so below, we psychologically do the same things, to where we don't see our own folly, we don't see our own error until it's too late. And a lot of people don't get past that point of no return to where they can see their wicked ways. And I think that's what's happening to us as a species, as a collectively. Hopefully we do make it past the point of no return, and we look back and we say, 500 years from now, they'll write about this as the dumb ages, and they'll say, this is the formula of how you collapse a society. Therefore, we will make sure none of this ever happens again. That would be the only redeeming factor out of any of this idiocy going on right now, is that we finally learn from our lessons and actually sustain a species that isn't hell-bent on suicide. Because that's what we are right now. I don't care what way you look at it. We have nuclear reactors on fault lines. That's how dumb we are. God calls on you during the worst times of struggle. Don't get lost. I'm 38 years old. I was in the Army at 18. Trust me, I have had my hard times, okay? And in each of those, I've always called on God. Except for more recent ones, I've kind of been getting very cursy with God. There's a guy on here arguing all life should be extinguished because no amount of joy can justify suffering, so you're doing all right ideologically. When did I say all life should be extinguished? Oh, is that in the chat? Am I taking everything personally again? And that's the thing about like these Christian people, that it does go along with that whole thing of like, ooh, we got a flood, now we got the fire. It's like, ooh, we gotta have the death, we gotta have the mass sacrifice, we gotta have it all. It's prophesized. So it is kind of a way of like going along with extinguishing life and being happy about it. It's like, yeah, everybody, the vast majority of you gotta die and go to hell, but so we can achieve the kingdom of God. At what cost? Like, at what cost? Like, that's just crazy to me. If I was God, I would, like, slap myself in the face. Maybe he reaches past that point, too. Maybe he looks back and says, maybe I got a God differently. Maybe he's like a young God. Maybe he's like, we don't know. Maybe he's in his teenage phase right now, just fucking, I don't give a shit. Throw shit at the wall, monkey. I don't care. I ain't cleaning it up. I'm 45, I've just lost a $3 million home, was attacked out of nowhere, made homeless by my own family for 6 months, never imagined. So sometimes look up, say, God, my life just has to be enough. Yeah, I've been there. I hear you. And I'm sorry that you lost that. I'm sorry about your family, seriously. What do you mean home was attacked? Don't you have, like, if you have a $3 million home, don't you have a homeowner's insurance? I have a $140,000 one, and this is all covered, my friend. I'm just saying you should be able to get it back, wouldn't you? The Christians that make it make sense don't believe God changed his mind. What? Don't believe God changes his mind, but hold on a second. He flooded us and then came back to rebrand and die for us. So 1 second he was killing us all because of the Nephilim, because of what they were doing, the Watchers, breeding with mankind, all that. So he flooded his mistakes just to come back and die for us. But you said, I don't even know what you said now. God doesn't change. Oh yeah, God doesn't change his mind. He's not switching. So, but like, what is that though? So why did he die for us in the beginning? Why flood it and like do all that? Why not just snap the Nephilim out, come down and die for us right there? It's like he always likes to create more of a problem, so he has to come down and act like more of a savior. It's like if I went outside and cut your brakes right now, and then, I cut your gas line, so you get on the highway halfway through, you run out of gas or whatever. And then I show up on the side of the road in my big truck and I say, hey, just hop in with me, you'll be safe. It's like you did that. You cut the brakes, I'm on the side of the road. But I don't know that, so I praise you. So I say, oh my God, you have saved me from this circumstance. Thank you. Thank you. Pure sadistic evil. A field looks better, shady side, hymns lost it, precluded. He got ill, my sister-in-law. Oh wow, that's sad. Wow. Yikes. Yeah, people will show you their true face the second you don't serve any purpose to them anymore, or the second they can get an up on you. Especially family, man. Oh my gosh. Honestly, bro, I'm Christian, and I'll be real with you. I'm trying to rectify God's foreknowledge with the free will is a losing battle. But it seems really obvious to me that God exists, since paranormal. I don't even look at the paranormal as a factor into it. What I look at is the ratio of our planet, the distance from the sun, the stars, you name it, like all this perfect fine tune. If it was any closer, if it was any further, we'd fry, we'd freeze, whatever. The way the moon, that artificial satellite, that hollow artificial satellite that keeps the oceans at bay so we can have this civilization, the way that passes just precisely in front of that petri dish light, I'm telling you, it gives me understanding that we are created as well. But by what? I do not know. I am not arrogant enough to say. Ghosts are real, I'm sure. We can only see 0.3% of the light spectrum. Of course, there's everything around us at all times that we can't see. The electromagnetic field shows that, the wavelengths, the way it all intertwines, yeah. We are created, we are in something, and the craziest thing about it is, I don't trust the science as far as I can throw it, but the way they're looking into it is like on a molecular level, there's space inside the atoms, and like it's holographic in nature, and when they go into the existence of the bleeding dark matter, they find ones and zeros and binary code, and it's like we're in a simulation already. And then Elon Musk talks about, well, if we have the capabilities of creating one right now, who's to say that we're not already in one type shit? Because if we can do it now, then you have to be honest with yourself and say, okay, then this could be that. And maybe we are already stuck in it. Maybe we are getting harvested already, and it's just this endless void loop of loosh for Yaldabaoth, like the Gnostics talk about. Not sleep apnea, sleep paralysis. I have sleep paralysis for years. Oh, wow. Yeah. And by the way, if I'm missing anybody's thing, please just let me know and I'll go back and look at it. I don't want to miss out on anybody, but I'm more of a talker than I am a reader, big time, so bear with me. So paranormal exists, the nature of the structure and the hysterical, hierarchical, see what I mean? Why would the supernatural not also be structured in the hierarchical? Yeah, it's like the Archon forces, exactly, with Yaldabaoth, and like, I honestly think this thing that rules over us, which is the Lord of Lies, Lucifer, it says that in the Bible, it says Lucifer is in control of this domain right now. Why wouldn't that evil entity want to like create if it's creating an inverted inversion of everything that God created, why wouldn't he do that with his word, his religion, his text, whatever? Why wouldn't he do the same thing? If you were Lucifer, why would you go along with Revelations if you know you're going to lose? If I was Lucifer, I'd get on my knees right now and say, hey, God, can we make up, man? Can we figure this out? I'm sorry, like I messed up. But that'd be how you throw God's plan off, because isn't he all like loving and all savior-like? Why can't Lucifer ask for forgiveness? Who's to say, oh, he wouldn't do that? How do you know? How do you know? How do you know? If you're logical, that would be the number one thing you would do. This guy gets it. I think you just escaped the Matrix. I appreciate that, my friend. Thank you. Your Loosh mentioned the groovy stuff is happening here. Yeah, 100%. And it's only groovy because, hey, you know, we're not crazy. We can see it for what it is. And all these other people, there's a reason they can't. Yeah, I don't think they're going to be recycled this time. I think the jig is up. I think this is, in my mind, being deemed as illegal. And that's where you get the fire from. That's where you get the complete destruction from, is people coming into Yaldabaoth's lair, which is his belly, where we're at right now, and burning it from the inside out. Because this should have never been. This is an illegal creation to the monad, to the collective. This was not created properly, and everything here shows it. From the minute level down to a paper napkin, to the minute level of this, we are a cancerous, parasitic piece of dog shit species. And I'm sorry, I look at the painter's artwork to judge if the painter is good. And when all he creates is bullshit, I have to start questioning if he's a good creator or not. That's where I'm at. I do believe he is here with us, but is he good? Does he love us? Because I'm sorry, everything I see at the same time of him asking, why do you love me? It don't add up, dude. It's like being in an abusive relationship. It's like being with a celestial stalker that is obsessed with your ass. We're the ones that make it bad, though. Well, yes and no. Yeah. But if we're in the realm of Lucifer and we're born into sin, and you say we're the ones that make it bad, though, your ideology would already say it was bad from the beginning, because I was born into sin. So therefore it was already bad due to the God letting them bring sin into the world. So we didn't make it bad. God stepped back and said, I know you're about to fuck up and I'm going to let you do it. Okay, cool. Where was my choice in the garden then? You don't know if I would have fucked up. I could have probably looked at you and been like, oh, dude, I'm cool here. Whatever you want, man. This is awesome. Good job. I like the talking animals, man. I'm going to go hang out. You say not to do something, I won't do it. But because somebody else did, you want to talk about equality and no sin is greater than another? Well, like, why? Why am I born into this shit? I didn't get no free will into that. Yeah, since Adam and Eve. So it wasn't us that made it bad. It was already bad. And that's why it's so easy to go along with it getting worse. Because the Bible tells you it will. Sins of the Father, we didn't individually choose this, but God, us, Christ, as the way out. The Bible says he told Adam Christ would come in the garden. I don't know. Yeah. Have we gotten to the prison planet theory yet? See, this is when the NPCs come in and they say something like generic that was popular like, I don't know, 10, 15 years ago. Like they got something to say. Go listen to all of it. Go listen to the last live, and I'll give you my 401k if I didn't provoke a thought in your head. Because trust me, nothing I'm saying is generic, my friend. You know how I know that? Because I've been asking these same questions since I was about 8 fucking years old, okay? I've been asking these same questions to pastors in the 90s and the early 2000s, okay? So I'm not hopping on some Armageddon bandwagon. I'm sorry, I can't speak within a zinum enough. Okay, so I'm not hopping on some Armageddon bandwagon, okay? I've been talking about this long before it was popular, long before Hollywood started integrating all of the catastrophe into all your movies, music, and TV shows. Now everything is don't look up and zombie apocalypse and this, that, and the other for a reason. They're acclimating your mind frame for an inevitable collapse. So, bad betting? I don't know what that means. Banjo, what'd you say? Banjo. Hold on, we got some math equations. Oh, yeah, okay. I'm horrible with math, but I think I know what you're talking about in correlation to the structures of our axis and whatnot. The way we spin. Like, if you go into the Great Pyramid and study its geometry and like the way it's true north and like the circumference of it is the exact sway or tilt of our planet or something like that. Just the mathematics were too pristine for people that supposedly had pulleys and you know, just primitive shit to do that. No. Way too pristine. Hey, what's up, man? But I don't think the world's ending soon. That's just the American rhetoric. Corner of support for Israel. Yeah, I mean, it's like they want to bring about revelations to a certain degree. As far as the world ending soon, if we don't do something, the way life as we know it, that's over. Go research Boston Dynamics, the latest model of AI and robotics in general, and tell me your kids have a future in the same fashion you did. That's all you got to do. Go look at the automation and the robotics they have now and tell me that your species is not obsolete and that your way of life as you know it right now is going to remain the same for your kids, because it will not. And I don't care how you look at it. Go look at that robot and tell me DARPA isn't doing something with that behind the scenes. Went to the pyramids this year. It was cool. Awesome. Heck yeah, man. Are you able to watch videos on your iPad while doing this? Yeah, I am. I can. I like to stay engaged with the chat, though, and that way I'm not up in your face 24/7, having to read it like a weirdo. So I just read it from here and talk like this. It's my new format to try to do this, because I don't even want to do this, dude. I'm not trying to sell anybody anything. I'm not trying to get a following or a base or go follow me here or follow me there. I don't care. I want introspective thinking connected by any way possible, and if I have to use this avenue, then I'll do it. Because at this point, anybody I come in contact with in the general vicinity of my existence, I don't know, man. It's very few and far between do people want to talk about this, number one, or even acknowledge it's a real thing, number two. So I got to just do what I got to do and come on here and the dumbest way I can and say, listen, at least I tried saying something. if one person heard me and it changes their way of thinking or way of understanding to where they're not going to fall for the next psyop or they're not going to fall for the next nine, or you know what, then guess what? I did my part, because that's all I can do at this point. I'm not trying to become anything. I'm not trying to get kirked. I'm not trying to get crucified, because that's all they do to the people that actually have something to say. All I'm trying to do is get on here and say, at least I said something. At least I said something, because all of this is going to go exactly how I've been calling it out since COVID. So it's the trajectory. I'm good at human psychology, and I'm good at following trajectory. That's why I'm so good with a dang you know what. Anywho, off topic, what's your fave music? In all honesty, my favorite music used to be things like Mudvayne, Slayer, your generic heavy metal. Nowadays, I try to stay away from music as much as possible, not only because they've altered the hertz and how it's actually bad for our physiology to have these certain frequencies and hertz and beats and all this type of, they messed up the music in like the late 1800s. They changed it from a format that was good and normal to one that just messes with us. And you can see it, honestly. Music moves people in a way it shouldn't. And that's why they had the people doing the drumming, marching with the people that were going to the front line, because music, there's something to beat, there's something to melody that it reaches deeper than anything I'm ever saying can right now. If you put a little behind what I'm saying, a little dim the lights, get a little bass going, oh my gosh, all of a sudden I might have more people in here. All of a sudden people might start feeling what I say more. Why is that? Because music, the melody, the frequency, the wavelengths we're all on, it's altered, it's jumped, it's destabilized, it's stabilized all throughout that kind of stuff. So I try to stay away from it, to tell you the God honest truth. In any way, shape, or form these days. I'll go off script and I'll listen to Tool or you name it, and then I'll just start to feel like I have this angst in me. Why? Oh, okay, I'll go try to listen to some upbeat Taylor Swift. Oh my God, it makes me more crazy. Or you name it. It's all designed the same way at this point. It's not good for you, in my opinion. Yeah, the hertz went up to like 80 something. It used to be like back down, I want to say like 30s or 40s, somewhere around that range. Okay, let me catch up. Camera room, is it Christian? Okay, would you like to watch a video on live with us? I would. I'm not sure how that would go with, I'm not trying to monetize anything, so I'm not worried about that, but like for instance, in the past live streams I've had music on and I get flagged and they do stuff with it. So I don't necessarily know if I can just like, oh, here, let me put on somebody else's video, we'll watch it together, and then all of a sudden I'm flagged or some bullshit to where they try to make it so I can't go live anymore or something. Because the second you start saying keywords like this, trust me, my shit was already in the doghouse of the algorithm. So now that I want to go full tilt with this. I don't think I'm going to stop. They got me off the couch when they fucked with my PS5 a couple hours ago, and I haven't stopped since. So you know what? If you're going to take away my ability to be passive, I'm not going to get up and become a news headline like you want me to. No, I'm going to get up and I'm going to do what we've done since the dawn of time. And this is the new soapbox. This is the new digital town square. And I'm going to wave my hand and I'm going to try to get, 12 people to stand with me. Because that's all I needed to change the world before, right? How many people fought the British during the Revolutionary War? Like, what, 3% less than that? Oh, just sit in your house. The British, how are you going to fight against the biggest navy? They got cannons. We got hunting muskets. They have whole battalions and armies. They've conquered the world. What are you going to do? Just enjoy what you have. Pay higher taxes. At least you got your milk. At least you got your bread. Bread and circus. What if they listen? What if they listen to fucking idiots like that? Oh, what is one person going to do? What is a few people going to do? I don't know, change the fucking world like they always have? You naysayer? You want to talk about being a doomer? Do nothing is the doom culture. The American way. Somebody else will fucking do it for us. Orthodox chanting is the opposite of toxic music. No, yeah, the chants and stuff like that I'm into. I don't listen to it like, but once I hear like a good one in the background or something, I'm like, whoa, that'll move me. For a reason. Thoughts on some genres of music being fairly revolutionary? Oh yeah, dude, they're trying to foment it in every way they can right now. I think they're surprised you guys haven't acted yet. They're like, holy shit, we poisoned these motherfuckers too good. Now what are they gonna? Now what are we gonna do? They're not gonna create a scenario to where we can martial law. We gotta lock down California. We gotta lock down these leftist cities that are just creating chaos in the streets. Well, guess what? Do you remember the Summer of Love? Do you remember how they acted back then when literally nothing was going on in comparison? They were burning down cities over anything. They had Trump stuck in the bunker, remember, when he was holding the Bible upside down? Where is that fervency today? Oh, I think it got taken away when they all got played. When they all got played, I think they got something put in them that took that out of them, or calcified whatever part of the brain that experiences that. Because these people who were burning down cities in 2019, here in 2026, should be doing a lot more, but they aren't for a reason. And I say should be doing a lot more based off the rhetoric, based off of the trajectory of what they used to do, when next to nothing was happening. Now that they got everybody poisoned, everything's happening, and they don't give a flying fuck, bro, for a reason. Did I just say bro? Holy shit. Yeah, audio, you can get flagged, yeah. Say you love Benjamin, and they will bump your 100,000,000%. Yes, music will get you flagged. Okay. So did you know that awakening people from the matrix takes away power from Satan, makes them weaker? The more people are awake. Yeah, I believe that's the Yaldabaoth thing. I honestly, and I think that's to an extent what Jesus was. He came into this creation, in my opinion, an illegal creation, and he basically said, like, never mind. Never mind. I'm not going to put my own interjection into something that actually wasn't said, but that's what I feel like. I think he was saying you are a slave to an illegal entity that is like literally using your divine spark to be propelled to the levels of godhood it thinks it is, but when in reality it is just feeding off our collective divine sparks that Sophia, fucked up on when she created this illegal entity, and it kind of got trapped in and blah, blah, blah. I don't know all the esoteric knowledge that the Gnostics have, but it seems pretty fitting as to what's going on today, because we are being harvested. We are being siphoned off of. It's almost like a negative energy siphoning simulation we're in. And hear me out, and I'll end on this part, because they're starting to give me cardiac arrest with the EF. They're probably trying to kill me right now. No, I'm kidding. But hear me out on this last part, okay? So a negative energy siphoning simulation. If you look at the internal constructs of what we perceive as the internal constructs of the atom, and then you line that up with what we perceive as the internal constructs of the universe, it basically goes like over itself like a blueprint. And right where Earth would be in that atomic structure is where an electron would be. And if you know atoms, which I really don't, but I came to find that the electron houses the negative energy potentials. A lot of what the electron has to do with is the negative properties of the atom. So if we are as above, so below, and we are inside like an atom within an atom, what they always talked about back in the day, why is our universe model and why is the internal structure of the atom so similar to the point where we being an electron and all you see here is negative energy? All you see here is cataclysm. I don't care what lipstick color you got to put on the pig, it's still a pig. You can focus on the rose bushes, understand that there's a forest fire behind those rose bushes, and if you do not look, that forest fire will consume the bushes that you're looking at currently. So I know it's fun, it's so pretty, oh, life's so good, just look at it, it's so amazing, it's so beautiful. Oh, but we're going to ignore the Amazon rainforest being hollowed out. We're going to ignore the pollution of the oceans forming islands of plastic. We're going to ignore this, we're going to ignore that, because God's going to come back and fix it, because God's got it, because God's got it. We're going to ignore all of that at our peril to focus on the things that we do have left that are good. It's like a drug addict. It's like when you fuck up every room in your house, when you fuck up every vein in your body, you still got to go to that good one, right? You still got to get that good one, right? It's the same way with us. We're a drug addict. We're collectively. We're masochistic as fuck. We're destroying everything around us collectively with our tax-paying dollars. Even if you're not doing it yourself, you're propagating it. But we got to look at the good things we still have left, though. We still got good things left. Okay, how long? How long until the ever-ending inferno of bad things now consume those good things too? As you were looking at it. It's like, it's not knocking on the door anymore. It is in the living room, putting its you-know-what in your face, and you're trying to look around it to see the fucking game on the TV. And that's where I'll end with this. Y'all have a blessed night. Take care, my friends. God be with you.